Hey, thanks for checking out this episode of the Screen Facts with Jason Davis podcast. In each episode, we talk about a movie, we share some fun trivia facts during the conversation, and you can get involved too. That's right. If you have any comments or questions, you can Facebook us at facebook.com/screenfacts. Tweet me at Jason Davis Voice, email screenfacts@yahoo.com. So if you want to check out past episodes of the podcast, you can do that at jasondavisvoice.com/podcast. All the information is there. Joining me on this episode, my frequent co-host, my good pal, Erik Reitz.
Yo, what's up?
Welcome back.
I wanted to come out swinging this time.
Well, I'm glad because we're going to discuss a great movie from the 80s.
Yet another one.
Absolutely.
Another one for us. The 80s were filled with awesome movies.
Absolutely.
And then, of course, this guy,
yes,
to me, is one of the whole representatives of the 80s.
Absolutely. There were few, if any, movie stars bigger than Arnold Schwarzenegger.
In many ways.
Yeah, exactly. Literally and figuratively.
Physically.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what are we talking about today, Jason?
We're talking about The Running Man.
Yes, we are.
Originally released November 13th, 1987. Hard to believe this is going to be 30
years
later this year.
I was like 22 when I saw this in the theater.
Oh, man. Such a great movie.
Yeah.
In addition to Schwarzenegger, Maria Conchita Alonso.
Grammy-nominated singer from Cuba.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay.
She still looks great, by the way.
Yes,
She's like 60 now.
You and I do the same thing. I looked her up, too, because I was curious what she looks like now.
I know.
You have to know, right?
Anytime there's a female co-star,
right,
we always end up looking.
You know, who was pretty attractive at the time. You go, I wonder what she looks like 30 years later.
She looked great.
Yeah. So also in this movie, Yaphet Kotto, Richard Dawson.
Yes! Survey says...
He's so good in this movie, and we'll talk about that.
Oh, absolutely.
Jesse Ventura, who's also great in this movie.
Yes.
I'm not going to do it, Killian.
Oh, he was fantastic.
No pain, no gain.
Oh.
So good. Jim Brown, former Cleveland Brown, Jim Brown.
Oh, I thought it was short for James Brown.
No.
Singer. I kept watching the movie. I'm like, where's James Brown? I don't see James Brown.
No, Eric. Fireball is not the godfather of soul.
Oh, okay.
And Professor Toru Tanaka.
1960s pro wrestler and WWF champion.
Aha.
Mm-hmm.
So you got him, you got Jesse Ventura, both former wrestlers.
That's right.
And he was also, by the way, in another movie that we discussed, you and I on the podcast, Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
He played the butler at Francis's house. The movie is loosely based on a story by Stephen King, written under the pseudonym of Richard Bachman.
And I also read that Stephen King was really looking at, or he pictured Ben Richards, Schwarzenegger's character, really as a small guy. Physically, not a large guy.
Yeah, but I think you kind of have to have the big guy, especially when Dawson says, I can get 10 points for his biceps alone.
Well, they definitely... Oh, yeah, well, Dawson's character, was it Killian?
Yeah, Killian.
They played up the whole thing that, Schwarzenegger is this big guy. And, I mean, when he's watching the video, when Schwarzenegger, breaks out of the prison... And
sensational.
Look at that beauty. He's just watching him run.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, come to me, gorgeous. It's like,
that's right.
Oh, my.
Oh, my.
Ooh, hey now.
Hey now. So another interesting thing about the story is that executive producer Rob Cohen purchased the rights to the novella, didn't realize that Richard Bachman was an alias of Stephen King.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he had no idea he was purchasing a Stephen King story.
Well, when did he purchase it? Probably like mid-'80s, I guess. So.
That's my guess. Maybe a couple years
King
before
was already
a
huge name.
Oh, yeah, huge, ginormous. And that's why he chose to do the pseudonym, because he was putting out so many books that I think he was afraid that he was going to oversaturate the market. Sure. And he had this idea, and so he came up with the Richard Bachman pen name. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Good idea.
So the screenplay, written by Stephen E. DeSouza, he also wrote another Schwarzenegger film, Commando, as well as Die Hard,
I'm
Die
going
Hard
Commando
2.
right now.
Oh, thanks for sharing.
That's why I'm standing.
You don't want to crush the boys. So he also wrote the second Die Hard, 48 Hours, and some other films, too. So this guy was a pretty prolific screenwriter.
Awesome.
Directed by Paul Michael Glaser, better known as Detective Dave Starsky on Starsky and Hutch.
That's right.
In the mid to late 70s.
Love it.
Prior to Glaser being hired, executive producer Cohen had hired 4 other directors, including George P. Cosmatos, who directed the second Rambo movie.
Okay.
He liked his work on that. But then Cosmatos comes in and
Right.
he wants to take the whole film into a shopping mall for some reason.
What?
I know.
A shopping mall?
Yeah. Cohen's like, yeah, no, that's not going to
That
work.
would have made it so much cheesier than it is already.
Yeah, really. And it's pretty cheesy. But the last guy that was hired to direct before they brought in Glazer was Andrew Davis. Davis got the project off the ground and into production, but 8 days into production, he was already $8 million over budget and 4 days behind schedule. So like, all right, that's not going to work either.
Was he a government worker?
Yeah, right?
Thank you. I can say that.
Hey-o.
I work for the Fed. Thank you, all you taxpayers, for paying my salary. When I saw this, like, that can't be possible. Now, when you say production, does that mean actually filming?
If not filming, certainly like whatever stuff they do before they actually start
building
rolling.
the sets, because
Maybe.
I'm thinking $8 million. I mean, there was some very cool sets.
Yeah. So Schwarzenegger thought that Glazer was a terrible choice to direct
Yeah,
because, he came from the TV background.
sure.
And he thought that he was going to kind of make this look like a TV show.
Well, but it's funny because The Running Man is a TV show.
Right. So
So-
it seems like he'd be perfect, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's more to the whole TV show theme.
Okay.
I mean, when we talk about Richard Dawson, he was absolutely the perfect casting for that character. I mean,
Absolutely.
he was on Match Game, as a not
As
a
a
contestant,
panelist,
as a regular. Yeah, and he was like the go-to guy.
Yeah.
I remember as a kid, like every contestant, when it came for the final match,
Right.
they all asked for him.
Yeah.
And then, of course, he hosted Family Feud.
Yep.
Which was a gigundo hit. He actually even won a daytime Emmy for that.
Okay.
And I really thought that in the movie, really, the character he was playing on the game show, it was very much like what he did on Family Feud, I thought.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely.
he had that charisma, the way he got the crowd going, the way when he goes out into the audience, and he's getting people, and he's very touchy.
Yeah.
you
Hello,
know.
darling.
Yeah, he's like,
all that
"You've
kind of
been
stuff.
here." Yeah,
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, and we've got the home game for you."
Yep.
And he's,
Yep.
and he was come on, darling.
Oh, yeah. He's a
You can
great
pick
game
it up.
show host, without a doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, he was perfect for this character.
Yeah.
And he's just really good. And from what I was reading, supposedly he treated his underlings that worked with him on Family Feud similar to the ones in the
Really?
movie. Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's not
so he
so
was
cool.
probably a little bit of a dick too.
Yeah.
He kind of seemed like he was a little pompous.
Yeah, well, and he
Like-
was a major dick in the movie.
Yeah, but even
Obviously.
even on Family Feud and when he was on Match Game.
But does he have the ability to be all high and mighty? I mean, before all this, he was on Hogan's Heroes.
Right.
All right,
Yeah.
that was all right. And before that, he did a lot of one shot or guest
Right.
shot
He
things.
wasn't
on, like,
exactly a
Outer
movie
Limits.
star or anything
no,
like that.
But he was like, he guests on Outer Limits and Dick Van Dyke Show, so he was on a lot of stuff.
Let's be honest, though.
But-
most people, especially in our age group,
Yeah.
know Richard Dawson from Family Feud.
As a game show host.
Yeah,
right.
exactly. Or a game show panelist.
Right, exactly.
Nobody's going, oh, that Richard Dawson, what a great fucking actor. You
Yeah,
know?
exactly. Yeah, not someone that can just walk in and think his shit don't stink.
Right. And that being said, he plays a game show host in this movie fantastically.
Absolutely.
So good at it.
And
So
he
good.
plays the villain so well, too.
And I like the way he delivers his lines in this movie. I just love it because it's very sort of calculated and very measured. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah. The scene where he wants to talk to Ben Richards about making him one of the stalkers.
Right.
And, because
On that little private video conversation.
Right, 'cause- exactly. Even though it wasn't private, he
Right.
told him it was private,
Right.
but he's got the film crew filming it.
Right. But I mean, it's not going out on the air, I mean.
Yeah. Last night I was watching this with Ben. I was like, Ben, you got to watch this Schwarzenegger movie with me. He's like, all right. So half an hour, 40 minutes into it, he says, Dad, I'm just not feeling it.
Oh,
and he got
man.
up and left.
Oh, no.
And and I got to say that, yes, I did enjoy watching it again.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? It does not have the staying power of like a Terminator.
Well, all right. I'll give you that. But there was a couple of reasons why I wanted to do this one for the podcast. Mm-hmm. It's because I read something the other day that I had forgotten.
Yeah.
That this movie, the timeline is 2017 to 2019.
Right.
And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be a pessimist, but if you look at the state of our nation right now,
Oh, yeah.
it's almost conceivable that this could be our future.
Oh, you can
I mean, I
definitely
hate
draw.
that.
You
I'm
can
trying to
always-
turn this into a political conversation.
You can always draw parallels, a lot of times with future movies. But this one definitely, because you've got a big separation of the classes. Mm-hmm. You've got the whole everybody can see everything. That was somebody.
And the idea that now this administration seems to want to control the media more.
Right.
Which is really dangerous.
Well, and that's what's so great with this movie, how it ties in the game show Running Man with the Department of Justice.
Yes.
It was fantastic. And one of my favorite lines is when the character Killian gets a phone call from the Justice Department.
Entertainment Division.
The Entertainment Division of the Justice Department. It's
so good.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I know when I first saw this movie 30 years ago, there was nothing in my head that thought this could be our reality. Now I'm not sure. Because between the government wanting to control the media.
Right.
And all of the sketchiness with the people in the different departments.
Right. The blurred lines of authority.
Whether or not our president is in cahoots with the Russians.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And again, I'm not trying to be political. This is not an anti-Trump tirade. But listen, you turn on the news.
Right.
And this is in your face 24 hours a day, pretty much, what's going on. And, it's kind of scary.
Well, it's kind of similar to 1984 when it was written. There was there's no way. I mean, there were critics, even, for this movie, I think, Roger Ebert gave it a thumbs down. I was reading, some critics from back in the 80s. They were saying, oh, it's stupid to think that there would be all the videos of those guys when they were in the helicopter.
Well, that was a question that came up when we were watching last night.
Yeah.
But there's cameras everywhere.
No, exactly. And especially if you have an authoritarian government like that, yes, you're going to have camera. We have cameras in cop cars, and so
why not?
Why would we
Why not in a cop helicopter?
Absolutely. So it doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
What did bother me is some of the silliness, like, how did Maria Conchita
Alonso. It's a great name.
I love that name.
Yeah.
How did she, the way she was able to just get into the Justice Department?
Well, it wasn't the Justice Department. It was the studio, the TV
studio
station.
But she was just a hair makeup artist or something like that.
Listen,
and she's able.
No, she was a jingle writer.
The jingle writer, yeah, and she was able,
probably even lower on the totem pole.
Right. So her access card got her into the vault where all these videos are. Come on.
And she knew where to look.
So.
Well, even more important, where was she hiding that chip with the video?
Well, that was good.
Yeah, so none of your business.
Where are you hiding that?
Yeah.
None of your business.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's far-fetched in this movie, obviously, but that goes without saying with an action flick usually.
Right.
It's good fun. I still enjoy it. For me, it holds up. I mean, it's not as well written as Terminator.
Right.
And that's probably, why maybe to you it doesn't hold up as well. Mm-hmm. But I think it's a pretty good action flick. And, it's got all the great cheesy Schwarzenegger lines.
Yeah, have a light. Really, my favorite line was when Ben is put in that little go-kart thing. He's about to be shot into the arena.
Right.
And he looks at Killian and he just looks at him and he says,
I'll be back.
And then Killian at first is taken aback, but then he fires back.
Only in a rerun.
That's a great line.
That's a great line.
So that's showing that dude, he's confident. He's sure of himself. He's
got stroke.
Nobody can touch him.
Yeah, he feels like he's untouchable. Exactly.
Yeah.
When you're driven into the TV station in a Maserati limousine, come on.
That was nuts. That was
right?
really cool. This movie was still so 80s, even though it's supposed to be in the future. Mm-hmm. No disrespect to Paula Abdul.
Right.
Oh. But that choreography was total 80s.
Right.
The outfits, the makeup, the hair.
Right.
It was all total 80s. Now, of course, in 87 when I was watching it, it was great.
Right.
But now watching it in the year 2017, in the year that it was supposed to be.
But it's probably hard to predict what would be
Well, yeah,
hip now.
but just you do something different than now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why... I like the Hunger Games when they're looking into the future.
That's true.
I mean, they really kind of go off.
This really is the original Hunger Games in a lot of ways.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Hunger Games is this done a lot better with not as cheesy.
Right.
More budget maybe.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, the estimated budget for this movie, $27 million, which probably was, a decent chunk of change back then. Although for a sci-fi movie, maybe not as big.
And more than 1/4 of it was eaten up in like a week or two.
Yeah, good point.
Again, how do you do that?
Good point. Domestic gross of $38.1 million. So this movie, not a big success.
Yeah.
And that for Schwarzenegger, that probably was very disappointing.
It was a surprise.
One of the other things I thought of when I was watching this was that Schwarzenegger's movies back then, pretty much, they were an excuse to show his muscles most of the time.
Right, yeah.
There's a couple of scenes in particular that stand out for me. First one is when he's in the work camp or the prison, whatever.
Right.
And he's carrying the beam of steel.
Right. He's got
on his
that
shoulder.
Huge beam, wide flange beam.
But he's holding it on his shoulder and he's got the big bicep.
Yeah. No,
and then, of course, when he's in Amber's apartment.
Right.
And by the way, she was working out in like a nightie, wasn't she? She wasn't working out in workout clothes.
That part of the future is okay by me.
Yeah, I bet.
But there was a couple funky camera angles with his body right before they put him into the arena. They're like injecting him.
Yeah.
And he's wearing like the white shorts and stuff.
Yeah.
And there was like a crotch shot from like from the view of the knees.
Yeah. How gnarly is it when they like stick the needle in his nut, like between his fingers?
Oh, between his fingers.
Between his fingers, and then they hit him with the thing in the arm, and then they gas him.
Well, right before that, and before they shoot him up, and they're putting those big black things in his teeth.
Yeah, so he doesn't bite down his tongue.
He looks kind of like a horse, that view.
Yeah.
It's just like the mouth, and he's like, making his Arnold. A lot of Arnold sounds in that movie.
So yeah,
chopper.
Get to the chopper. When he's that's Predator.
Okay.
Yeah. But when
we have to talk about that one.
When he's being led to the game zone, to the set.
Yeah.
The court-appointed agent.
Yes.
Is reading all of the contract stuff to him.
Right.
And then they get to, all right, here, sign here, victim. And then when he signs it, and then he jams the pen in his back.
That was great. That was great.
And then the guy makes a Bobcat Goldthwait like noise too. He's like,
and he runs away.
Yeah,
what a doofus.
Good stuff. How about the suit he runs in?
Yeah, that kind of reminded me of American Gladiators,
which was inspired by this movie.
I totally see that.
Yeah.
And I thought, their outfits, like the bright gold and whatever spandex things they were wearing.
With names like Nitro and Thunder and all that.
Yeah, and Buzzsaw.
Yeah, that was a cool show, actually.
I like that show.
I dug it.
Mm-hmm.
Dolph Lundgren, who played Drago in Rocky IV, and Christopher Reeve expressed interest in starring in the movie.
Right.
And they also considered Patrick Swayze for the role. So remember, going back to what you said earlier about how they thought of, just kind of a regular size guy.
Yeah. And I read that Christopher Reeve had already committed to Superman 4.
Okay.
The thing is, when you say Patrick Swayze, right away my brain goes to Saturday Night Live when him and Chris Farley are doing the dance-off.
The Chippendales
dance-off.
That's one of the most classic sketches ever.
So I see that, and I'm like, I can't see Patrick Swayze doing
But
this.
Swayze, had a couple of...
Well, Roadhouse.
If
you take that character, I think it could have worked out, that attitude.
Yeah.
I think he could have been all right.
He did Point Break, too.
Point Break.
But I feel like Swayze had a couple of other action kind of things, too.
Yeah.
Ghost?
I can't think
No,
of
kidding.
Ghost.
No, he did a couple of things. Oh, Red Dawn.
My love.
Red Dawn.
Which is Wolverines.
Yeah. So I like Mick Fleetwood and Dweezil Zappa in this movie. But I like that his character is named Stevie, which I think is a nod because Mick Fleetwood, Stevie Nicks. Here's the question. Is Mick Fleetwood playing himself? Because he says, at one point in the movie, oh, it was people like you that banned my music.
Whoa.
So, he could very well be playing himself.
Yeah.
They don't say that, but who knows?
That makes total sense. And that makes it even cooler.
Yes.
I like
Fleetwood
Mick
Mac would rise up against the man.
Right, exactly. Yeah, really.
You'd think it would be like, Metallica or somebody.
Yeah, somebody would. Yeah. But then that shows if the government censors Fleetwood Mac music, then they've gone way over. The guy that played Dynamo.
Yes.
That huge guy was all bright. First of all, I liked all the costumes of the characters. I mean, that's one thing. The imagery was very simple in this movie.
Hey, light bulb! Christmas tree!
Christmas tree! And he sang.
Right.
He sang opera in the movie. He really was an opera singer.
Turns out he was classically trained,
Yeah.
So things aren't always what they seem in the movies, right? Mm-hmm. So the ICS television network headquarters, the lower 8 floors, seen around 13 minutes into the film, was actually the home of MGM Pictures in 1987.
Oh, okay.
A matte painting added the 21-story tower above the real structure. So that wasn't even a real skyscraper in the movie.
Similar type thing was used by Mel Brooks in The History of the World.
Okay.
They did a lot of things, a lot of paintings.
Mm-hmm.
So
and folks, only on the Screen Facts podcast can we connect the Running Man and Mel Brooks.
And Mel Brooks.
That's awesome, dude.
Absolutely. Well,
that's great.
There's a link.
Yes. So while we're talking about this movie, do we even discuss Schwarzenegger's acting?
I kind of felt like they were trying to throw too many one-liners Arnold's way, hoping to find the next I'll be back.
I think that was the thing for all the Schwarzeneggers. You watch every one of these Schwarzenegger movies that were these big action movies, whether it's Terminator, Total Recall, Commando, they all have that element. Yeah. That was kind of his thing.
Yeah.
And that became kind of a joke by the time he made Last Action Hero, which I think is an underrated movie, by the way. Did you ever see that?
No, I haven't.
It's kind of him poking fun at himself.
All right. Well, I definitely see that.
Yeah, and there's a thing in that movie where the kid goes, "Oh, now you're going to say the line,"
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah, totally. So
excellent.
So I think they were very aware of what they were doing. It wasn't an accident that there were these catchphrases. and stuff.
I hope it was obvious that's what they were doing.
Absolutely.
Because did he have any more than one sentence in a row in this movie?
That's the thing. I mean, nobody really wanted to hear Schwarzenegger talk for long monologues,
No,
people just wanted to see him kick ass and blow shit up.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And he does that well, I think about the only thing that would have made this movie even better if there was more Jesse Ventura.
Yeah, he was good.
I love Jesse Ventura.
Was he wearing a rug, or was that really his hair?
God, that was a fucking rug.
That
Terrible
was a
rug.
horrible hair.
Yeah.
It's like, why would they? Now I'm wondering, were they doing that on purpose?
Of course.
To make fun of him as, Captain Freedom?
Captain Freedom.
It was funny as hell when he came into the studio when they were talking about putting him back in as a stalker. And he came into the TV studio with all that,
that big
metal crap.
I'm not going to do it, Killian.
And he's like,
I used to kill guys like this with my bare hands.
Yeah, good luck. Not like this. Not like this guy.
I just think Jesse Ventura is a really interesting dude in real life. In real life. Like, if you ever hear an interview with him, people think, he's a crackpot and everything else. I feel like that guy knows stuff.
Oh, absolutely. A lot of movies we talk about, some of the funnier things is when an old lady has a line or swears.
That's like Tommy's favorite thing in the movie. My stepson Tommy.
Yeah.
When he goes, who do you want to pick? And she goes, Ben Richards.
No, darling, you have to choose one of the stalkers.
No, I choose Ben Richards. He's a bad motherfucker.
I love that.
So good.
It was great.
Yeah.
Nothing like an old lady swearing.
Nope.
Yeah.
There's
when grandma drops the F-bomb.
Absolutely. And there's two things that'll make me laugh in any movie. Like you said, a grandmother saying fuck or kids cursing like that.
Or kids curse, yeah.
Oh, my God. Love it.
Now, I also thought it was kind of cool.
I'm a simple guy, Eric.
The way, I know, we're all simple.
Yeah, I guess.
Of all the deaths of the stalkers, okay, the Iceman, Arnold chokes him with the razor ribbon.
Here's Sub-Zero. Now, Flame Zero.
I thought that was cool. Then who died next? Buzzsaw.
Buzzsaw?
That was great.
Yeah, when he cuts, he runs the sword off his crotch, and he goes,
That was awesome. And then later on, when I think he runs into Conchita.
Yeah.
And she asks him what happened to Buzzsaw. He said,
he had to split.
Okay, so there's a good one-liner.
Yeah.
And then again, it was campy, but it was so perfect.
Yeah.
We know it was there.
Always.
So he dies, but I really, really liked the way the way he died.
He didn't die. Well, he died later, but in
later.
the game.
In the arena, no.
When, he could have killed him.
Right, when Ben could have killed him, but Ben shows, hey, he's a decent guy.
I will not kill an innocent man or a helpless
I will not kill an innocent man.
A helpless human being.
Yeah, it's like, all right, yes. Way to go, Arnold.
Well, he's proving that he's not, what they say he is.
Yes.
He's not the butcher of
Bakersfield.
Bakersfield.
And it conveniently happened all within 45 minutes. Okay, fine. Okay, I know. I'm going back to that, but whatever. But no, the way Dynamo really dies.
Yeah, he's trying to, you thought it was funny on the game field with Amber.
Basically, he's going to try to rape her right there in the hallway.
Right.
What happens? Oh, she
something with the sprinkler system.
The sprinkler.
Wasn't it?
She somehow gets the sprinkler system.
He short circuits.
He short circuits to death. Very good. And then
in his
fireball.
tidy whities.
Right. And then
fireball with the flare.
Right.
When he pulls his gas line out of his, his flamethrower.
Yeah, when Ben pulls the gas. Yeah, because because Fireball was just about to shoot.
Maria Conchita Alonso.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And she's the one that discovers the other guys, the other runners.
Yeah.
Who
were supposedly basking in Bali or whatever.
Right. And there they were, like, corpses
Skeletons.
and gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the last thing that I love in this movie is when the movie ends, and of course he gets the girl too, after, kicking ass.
Yeah.
And then the requisite cheesy 80s soundtrack song.
Oh, that song was so bad. She became a badass.
Yeah.
Throughout this movie, in this movie.
Well, that was another thing I said
she's
too.
just like the music songwriter, and
Right.
then at the end, she's like pulling back the gun cock. She's like knows how to handle a gun. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I thought that was a little interesting. I even commented on that when we were watching, when they're storming the TV studio and she's all, Rambette.
Rambette.
I'm like, wait a minute ago she was in a nightie doing sit-ups.
Yeah.
And now she's kicking ass with this resistance.
Well,
group.
that shows
I guess
work out. Pilates pays off.
the first thing that's lost in the Running Man game show is innocence, Eric.
That's so deep.
I think it's good fun, and I think it's definitely worth watching again if you haven't watched it in a while.
Sure.
Just because it might actually make you go, are we heading this direction?
Absolutely.
It's scary.
I totally
It's
agree.
scary.
There's a lot of stuff that.
Here's a question for you.
Okay.
Would you watch The Running Man if this was a real show? Would you watch like criminals, try to evade stalkers?
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah. I think we have to say no. We would not watch this show.
we
for
should say
reason.
that.
Yeah.
We should.
Yeah. That's actually a question that I want to put out to the audience listening as well. So, what do you think? Comment on the Facebook page or email us. So, again, the Facebook page, facebook.com/screenfacts. You can comment there or email screenfacts@yahoo.com. I would love to know if you would actually watch a show like The Running Man if it really existed. Let us know. So, Eric,
Who would be a good
a good
show
host for this? Well, any
Who
game
would
show
do
host,
this?
probably.
Yeah. You know who would not be good?
Pat Sajak.
Pat Sajak, exactly.
Fucking hate Pat Sajak.
He would not be good at all.
He's such a wet noodle, isn't he?
Yeah, and
He's the worst.
And he's got that funky big hair.
Regis Philbin.
Regis Philbin.
He'd be great.
He's dead. He's dead.
Regis isn't dead.
He's not?
No.
Oh, okay.
You need an old school guy. Regis Philbin would be. Remember him on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, people, we're going to go to the fourth quadrant for the last round. Oh, that's unbelievable. That's a terrible Regis Philbin impression. But anyway.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jimmy
Anything
Stewart?
else? Jimmy Stewart?
Jimmy Stewart?
Well, he's dead.
Yeah. Oh, look, he's slicing out his stomach. Mary!
Oh, Mary.
Give me a kiss.
Mary. Mary, his entrails are coming right out of him.
Oh, my God. No, what's going on? His brain. I see his brain splattered all over the place, Mary. That's not a wonderful
Mary.
life.
Mary, you want me to give you his head on a platter? I'll give it to you. All right.
Oh, that hurt my stomach.
I know. No. So, Eric, anything else for The Running Man?
I don't think so.
No,
No.
me either.
I love the outfits.
That's it. But again, we'd love to hear your comments and whether or not you would watch the show The Running Man if it really existed. Find us on Facebook, facebook.com/screenfacts, screenfacts@yahoo.com if you want to email us, at Jason Davis Voice on Twitter. And again, keep in mind that we try to do episodes frequently, every other week maybe, sometimes more in between, but we do release new episodes on Wednesdays, so that's when you can look for them. For details about all the different ways to stream and download the podcast, including past episodes, please visit jasondavisvoice.com/podcast. Show theme music by audionautics.com. Thanks to our announcer, Kim McKay from kimsvoice.com.
Screen Facts with Jason Davis is a production of Jason Davis VoiceOver. Visit jasondavisvoice.com if you need a voice for a commercial, narration, promo, internet video, e-learning or training program, and more. Click on the podcast page to get information about where you can download and listen to past episodes. Listen again next Wednesday for a new episode of Screen Facts with Jason Davis.